Hello everyone, my name is Gracie, and this is just a quick little video where I just kind of wanted to talk about what kind of games I'm into right now, and hopefully if any of these sound interesting to you guys. We still have the Steam sale going on for a few days, I think. I believe the Steam sale ends on the 11th. Oh, it's the 10th, so I'm going to try to get this video out on the 8th. Today's the 7th. So that, you'll have a day and a half or a couple of days to grab any of these games if they sound interesting to you. So let's just kind of go through what I've been playing a lot lately. So you can see here, I've been playing Darktide quite a bit. I'm up to 450 hours. This is an incredible extraction shooter. It's gritty. It can be very difficult. There's a lot of enemy types. There's now 5 classes you can play as. One is DLC. But the 4 classes cover quite a bit of different types of gameplay. If you've played Vermintide or something like Deep Rock Galactic, it's very similar, though with a much more heavy emphasis on melee combat than, say, Deep Rock Galactic. So I've been playing that a lot. I've been really enjoying the Veteran lately, though my true loves are the Psyker and the Ogryn. The Zealot is one that I've struggled with. The sacrifice of defense for offense with the Zealot gets me in a lot of trouble. I've also been playing Deep Rock Galactic again. You can see here I'm up to 1,000 more hours than I have in Darktide. This is one of my forever games, I think, at this point. I'm only missing 10 achievements. I should try to get those. But this is just a fantastic game. You can see 39 of my Steam friends have actually played this before. This is just an incredible game if you haven't played it. They have a board game now. They have expansions coming out for that board game, which is really cool. I haven't played it, but I'm kind of tempted to get it just for the minis. I've been playing a lot of Ale Abbey. People have described it as a bit of an idle game, and I would say that that's reasonably close. It's not an idle game in the sense that it's like a clicker or something, but there can be a lot of downtime, and I don't mean that in a bad way. If you just want to vibe, like for instance, this is a game I play a lot while I'm editing my videos, because I can have this up and I don't have to pay that much attention to it, and I can be watching my videos on my other monitor and edit things and then switch back over and brew another beer. It's actually got some really incredible gameplay in it. You know what, why don't I pop in here real quick and just kind of show you guys what goes on in this game. It's actually really, really fun. This is a game I played the Next Fest demo for like a year ago, and then when it came out, I was like, I played the demo and I was like, oh, this is going to be an instant purchase for me. So this is Ale Abbey. So you can see I have like little rooms, like the refectories where they eat, the dormitories. The abbot lives here. I've got a library to brew near beers. I have the different breweries. Down here is my cellar. So you can go in and you can craft new beers. So you go over here to the library and you've got all these different beers you unlock. You start with only 1 and you slowly unlock more. So you see I have 9 of 15 unlocked. So there's quite a bit of different alcohols in the game. They have different ranges for how high of a quality they can have, as well as their parameters in flavor, color, strength, and foam. So if I wanted to make a new ale, let's say I was like, okay, let's make a new amber. And so I would go in here and I would say, okay, for it to be an amber, you must have pale malt, amber malt, standard yeast, and classic hop. So let's add one of those in. So then that's where we are. And so you can see here over here, the parameters, red is bad, yellow is okay and can have like weird effects, sometimes good, sometimes bad. So you may want yellow effects, and then green is good. And so you would go in here and be like, okay, well, we need a little bit more of everything, especially strength and color. So I might go to my strength and add in something that gives a lot of strength and some color, like maybe pale malt or honey, like that. So now we need some more color. Let's add some coffee in. There we go. So, but now look, we've got really low foam. So we've got really good taste, color, and strength, but no foam. So we could go in here and add this in, but then you see now I'm over in flavor and I lost some color. So it's a bit of a puzzle, but there's also different ways to make things, which is really interesting. So it's not just about getting things into the green. You can also get things into the yellow and try to get different effects. Then you head on off to this and you pick somebody to make it. They have different skills. So I might say I want this person to make it. and then I would just put like example in here and then confirm, and then somebody will come along and make it. You can go in here and tell them to brew different things. So they're asleep right now, but you can see they're brewing different things. They store them in the cellar. Some things age over time and get more quality. Some things don't need to age, like piss water. This is my light beer, by the way. So yeah, it's a really fun game, and you have different cities you sell the beer to. Really incredible game. I'm really enjoying playing this a lot, and it's early access still, but I've certainly gotten my money out of it, even just being in early access. I've already got 30 hours in it. What else have I been up to? Age of Wonders, of course. I'm always playing that. I've got 865 hours now. Surviving Mars, I've gone back to recently. I've been having, you can see I've played about 14 hours in the last 2 weeks. I've started a new game, and I started getting into the workshop, because there's some really incredible mods in the workshop, which is really fun, because I've played it on vanilla a few times, and I just wanted to try out some of the mods. Nine Kings is a really good auto battler. I just wrapped up a series recently on this. They just revamped the perk system, so check that out if you want to see that. Zero Sievert is a really good sort of, I guess it's kind of also an extraction shooter, but also it has like survival elements, so you have to kind of keep track of your health, your hunger and thirst, and your radiation. And you go out and do missions in randomly generated biomes. There's 6 biomes you can go into, basically like there's a mall, and you can go into the mall and loot the stores and go underground to the parking garage. The parking garage is a nightmare, by the way. Really great game. I'm working on actually beating the game. There is like a quest system, and you can just play it forever, but there's also like a final challenge, and I'm working my way towards that. Expedition 33, I'm getting close to the end of it. I've been going kind of slowly because I'm extremely upset and sad by the story, and every time I log on, all I can do is be upset at the way things have gone, and it just really hurts my heart to play this game. World Box, obviously I've done some live streams on this before, but this is such an incredible God Simulator game. Really, really fun, and now you can make a lot of different creatures sentient or sapient, and they can like build civilizations and stuff, but it's also got, you know, if you're a little bit chaotic and you just want to drop lava and bombs on your civilizations, you can do that too, but I like to simulate things, grow different biomes. Why don't I just pop that on real quick as well, just to show you how much stuff there is in the game now. Alright, so we're back in. So it always just generates something real quick at the start, but I like to go in and do, if you go New World, I frequently use the Dormant Volcano maps because it makes a big circle with nothing on it. Like this is all empty. This is sand here, grassland and forest land, essentially. And so this is a really great way to pop in some different biomes. So these are all the biomes now. There's so many. There used to be only, I don't know, I want to say like six or 8, and then they added like a few more, and then a few more, and then a few more. And so you have your standard like grassland seeds. Like this is like your easy, normal forest biome. You can add some plants to it if you want, some trees. So this is like your normal biome. And then you can start doing things like popping animals on there, like some sheep, some chickens, you know, and they'll just go around doing their thing. They will breed and have babies. If you have things like wolves, they may go off and hunt these creatures as well once they get hungry. You can see they've got little loves coming out of them because they're probably going to make a baby. That one is this one's name is Woof. It's a female, and that's a male. So there we go. We're probably going to see a baby soon. But then, you know, this is just the standard kind of stuff. And you have slightly crazier things like, say, a mushroom biome, which is a really fun one as well. This one has obviously like little plants and stuff, but then their trees are these big, thick-looking mushrooms. And then you have really out there stuff like a lemon biome. This one's really fun. You can just pop some little plants in there, some lemon trees, and this will start spawning like lemon people that like run around. And then you've got like singularity seeds. Like this is like glitchy stuff. So if I put plants, they can see they're like little nodes, and then the trees, you can see they're kind of like glitching out, which is super weird. There's also a method, I won't go into it here, but there is a method by which you can unlock everything, because they have gated things behind an unlock system, which a lot of us do not like. This did not used to be there, but I went ahead and just unlocked everything. But you know, you've got everything from these sheep and wolves and like crabs and scorpions and stuff. You can start popping in like humans. So we go back over to the regular biome, pop in a human here. Just put a bunch of them in here. They'll make a little kingdom here soon. Looks like they're fighting the wolf. They're worried about that wolf. Oh, here's a puppy. There's a wolf pup. They're probably going to fight the wolf pup next. Let's look away from that. I don't want to see that. So now they've set themselves on fire somehow. I'm not sure how they did that. They're dying to fire. They're not very smart. But there is actually a somewhat secret roundabout way to make most creatures sapient, and then they can like build civilizations, which is really interesting. So like, let's say I go back up to these scorpions here. What I want to do, and you'll have to watch a tutorial for this, but say if I find the non-sapient creatures, let's go down to these scorps. Here's 20 of them, so that's the one I just did. You can modify their species so that they have emotions, but now let's let them have language, memory, culture, religion, and construction. So now they're all stunned because they've all been given sentience. And then they'll sort of wander around for a little bit, and then they should... Well, who's this? Oh, it's a scorpion. Yeah, so this scorpion is the king of Zekzotek. That's the name of their civilization. So you can see these people are all part of it now. There's 20 population. So they've started a little kingdom here. So we've got a kingdom of... The humans died. They burned themselves out. Oh my god. You have to baby these idiots sometimes. All right, let's put dwarves in. Let's put dwarves in the mushrooms. Here we go. Give me some dwarves. So this land has two kingdoms. We've got dwarves and scorpions. And, you know, we can do other crazy things with it. Like, if we go back to the subspecies, sapient, so we've got scorpions. Now, let's go down here. Let's make them carnivorous instead of herbivores. And where's the other thing? Hovering. There we go. So then they're all stunned while they learn their new stuff. And now they're flying and they're hungry for meat. So you can just set up just crazy things in this game like this. Like, what if we went in to, say, the dwarves again? Let's go into the dwarves. And so they're omnivores, but what if we make them nectar eaters instead? And what if we make them very curious? What else can we do? Pollinators, so they can pollinate and they can they eat nectar. There's all sorts of interesting things. They get hungry very fast, aquatic, accelerated healing. We can even do stuff like when they die, they turn into stuff, release life-giving clouds upon death. Like, there's just all this stuff in here. It's really interesting. So let's exit out of there. So now they're going to wake up and they're going to be really confused because now they're suddenly hungry for nectar from plants instead of their normal diet of whatever dwarves eat, probably rocks. So let's sprinkle some more plants in there. So now they're going to go off and pollinate crops. What is this? Oh, these are angels. Yeah, or angles. Sorry, they spawn from here. So we could just do really weird stuff like that. And that's just like a small fraction of all the stuff in this game. You know, there's so many weird biomes. You know, even just innocuous things like flower biomes, which are really pretty once you get the flowers in. Yeah, these are trees. They're just giant flowers. So let's get out of here and keep going. I don't want to spend too long on any one thing. Okay, so Jackbox, the party packs, of course, are great fun. A lot of my friends live, I'd say about half of my friends live not in the same, like not within 20 minutes of me. Some of them live like 8 hours away. Some of them live even further than that. So we do stuff online a lot of online gaming and stuff together. Like we have a Core Keeper world we're all doing together right now. That's a really good game. It's kind of like Terraria, but it has just an insane amount of like items and things in the game you can do. You can just build and decorate. You can go out and explore the extremely large randomly generated world. Very fun. Songs of Conquest is actually, I'm recording a series for YouTube right now with the new faction. One of the newer factions is I think it's called the Veneer or the Vanner. I don't know how you say it, but they're like Scandinavian mythological / Viking things put together. And then there's also the Roots group, but I haven't played them yet. I've been playing Oxygen Not Included a little bit. It was never really my jam, but I do like the game. I've got 30 hours in it. Recycling Center Simulator. I played this when I was like really sick a while ago, and so that's when I played most of it. But it's just kind of a calm game where you can just sort of organize stuff. Kind of hard to explain why I like it, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. Soon I'll have like a mowing simulator and a pallet jack simulator. Railroads and Catacombs is a really good, what do you call that? Like a roguelite, where you take characters in to randomly generated dungeons that you go like room by room. You get into turn-based combats. There's a bit of deck building, and it all takes place on this big train, which is really cool. So here's the labyrinth that the train is passing through. So you have this big train. Actually, let me pop this on as well and just show you what that looks like real quick. Okay, so here's my train. So I have all these different cars. Like here's the where you choose the dungeon you want to go into, and then the difficulty. And each time you beat a difficulty, you can unlock the next one. It gets harder and harder. You have your different characters, and they have different skills. Like I have like a soldier type character. I have some engineers. I have like a psychiatrist and a doctor. These are railmancers. These are characters that are good at like operating some of the stranger things about the train. There's a portal where you summon more people. They have different like loadouts and stuff. So one of the characters I've been using a lot is actually this doctor, Francis Drage. And he has these really bizarre abilities where he jumps up in the air and he lands on things and does damage adjacent to him. So it's a combination of a really strong attack and a move. So he basically never gets hit. It's really cool. This character here is built to do random shots. So I put these buffs on him, and at the start of his turn, he just shoots a random enemy. He's just got pistols. He's just like going crazy, like he's in the Wild West. That's really fun. I've got like some disease characters. This soldier guy is like more of your normal, like hit him with the sword, shoot him with the gun kind of guy. Where's the random guy? There's a poison guy I have. Premonition. This guy can tell when he's going to get attacked, and he attacks them first. Very bizarre. So we have barracks. This like holds our little characters. The Railmancer cabin. You can do things like you can put a person in there and a Railmancer, and then like unlock card slots or remove cards that you don't like from them. We've got the workshop where we can put an engineer in, and then we can do stuff like enhance their power, like how much damage they deal or how much health they have. They have to level up to be able to get more improvements, because this guy's only level 0. But if I had like, say, this guy here, so I could spend resources that they're right here that I get from doing the little dungeons. The infirmary, this guy right here, you can see he's wounded, so he needs a doctor. So I can like pull a doctor in there, and then I can start surgery. You can see I have a critical failure chance, which would injure him more. Failure means nothing happens. Success would help him. And then these, sometimes this means he'll heal more than usual, or perhaps like you'll refund the resources, or he won't use his energy up to do so. We have a library. We can research tech to improve our engines, our rooms. We've got training the soldier can do. We've got cantina. If people are tired, we can give them a little pick-me-up. The wake room if we lose people. The hall of memory if we want to look at our dead characters. And mental care cabin. We've got our psychiatrist can come in and help people here. So some of it's about managing the train, and then the rest of it is about going into these little dungeons. So you'll just like grab I'm just going to show you real quick. I'm not going to play it. Let's just throw this guy in here. So all the classes have like different perks and stuff like this. This is strange. Not sure why that's not working. But you just go through and you lose sanity as you explore, except for this guy. He's a psychiatrist, so he actually doesn't lose sanity. But you like unlock, you find these statues and you add things to your cards. So I might say like, oh, here we go, destroys armor of the target. So let's put that on our gun so that if somebody has a lot of armor, we can blast through that first. So we have a little mini map down here. You'll find encounters. You'll find like resource nodes like this one here. Just add some iron, and then we have to get through. You can see we have fights here, and then a boss down here. Oh, I was covering up the resources, my bad. So yeah, right here are the different resources you collect from going through the dungeons and stuff. So very, very solid game. All right, let's get out of there. Okay, what else am I up to? Baldur's Gate 3, Against the Storm. This is a roguelite city builder. This is probably a forever game for me. I've got almost 200 hours in it. I'll probably have this installed forever. It just really scratches an itch that I get for city builders, and it's just so much fun. Stolen Realm is a great multiplayer game. It's a co-op, procedurally generated sort of dungeon crawler, turn-based combat on like a hex grid. There's different classes. You can mix and match skills. You get like items with different enchantments on them and stuff. It's a classic dungeon crawler with like voxel art, but it's done really, really well. I do think they've used AI art for a bunch of their loading screens, which I do not appreciate because not only is it generally theft, but it also looks terrible. Stolen Realm, if you're listening, please don't use that crap. Drill Core, fantastic. Again, roguelite. I love roguelites. You're drilling through. Let's find the community hub. Let's see if there's some art in the photos section so I can show you what I'm talking about. Screenshots. Here we go. So you've got, oh, this person lost all of their crew. Terrible. So you've got this platform. So early on, you'll have only a few buildings, and you're trying to dig really deep into the planets and launch a core into the planet so that the planet will heat up and become habitable. So that's why it's called drill core, is your contractors that go out into the universe in like a sci-fi future, and you seed planets so that they're colonizable. So that's your job. And so you go down through the layers, and you have these, again, randomly generated levels. Let's see if I can find one that's actually showing the, yeah, here it is. So this is obviously dug out, and so they're ready to drill to the next layer. But you'll go and you'll tell your workers, like, dig here. You have workers that dig. You have haulers that grab the resources and take them back to the platform. And then you have the soldiers who guard everything because there are monsters down below that'll pop out of the blocks. And the soldiers will fight those monsters off. There's a bunch of upgrades for the platform. There's 2 platforms right now, humans and dwarves. The dwarves are really fun. It's a really great game. There's bosses. There's a boss in each area, which is really cool. It's really, really replayable. There's tons of difficulty levels and tons of things to unlock as well. Really, really great game. Sizable is an interesting little puzzly game I've been playing with my friends. Age of Darkness, this is a They Are Billions clone. I don't like the graphic style of They Are Billions, so I was never really interested in it, but this one is a much grittier looking one. It's pretty difficult, like They Are Billions. They have introduced a multiplayer mode, which is really fun if you want to give that a try. Fields of Mystria, this is a Stardew Valley clone. I played a lot of Stardew Valley, like a lot, and you know, I was interested in getting back into like a farming sim, you know, with light sort of puzzle and like dating elements and that kind of stuff, like in Stardew Valley clones. And this game, I would say, is the next evolution of Stardew Valley, in my opinion. And Stardew Valley is wonderful, but this is, I would say, better. And I don't mean any shade to Stardew Valley. I just mean this iteration is good. I've played other Stardew Valley clones that are not better than Stardew Valley. This one, I would say, is slightly better. Space Haven, that's another sort of procedurally generated game where you're going through space on your ship. You're managing your little colonists you have on there, and you're trying to just survive. I guess it's after an apocalypse when There really isn't much infrastructure left. There's not really a government. There are factions like military and cultists and slavers and merchants and civilians, and you interact with them, gain and lose reputation, do some trading, do some mining, explore derelict vessels, and fight off weird monsters in there, which is the best part for me. Really good game. Tavern Master, I haven't played a lot of this, but I do like these sort of simulator games where you have like a shop and you sort of develop it over time. Gladius, Relics of War. It's a 4X in the Warhammer 40k universe. You probably have heard of this. This is a fantastic game. No diplomacy, only war. Neural Shock, this is a tower defense. I've not played it much. This is a tower defense. The Last Spells, obviously a game I've played on this channel quite a bit. This is a very gritty, very difficult tactical roguelite, again, game. I've played this. I have playlists on my channel. Go ahead and search it if you want to see what that game is like. I think I have a tutorial series too. Path of Exile 2. This is really fun. I got 60 hours in it. I haven't played in a bit, but I was really enjoying this. I was playing with my friends. I think it's going to be a really, really great game. Wargroove is great. There's a mod that makes the campaign multiplayer. I suggest that. You can play with my spouse and I play this together. Synergy is a colony sim slash town builder. This is a Pokemon-style clone, Anode Heart. I would say it... I think it all takes place in a digital world, but I think there's a story, and I'm still working on it. But it's a pretty good game. It's a pretty good game if you have that sort of Pokemon itch. Let's Build a Zoo. This is a hilarious game about these little pixel animals. They now have a DLC for an aquarium and a dinosaur DLC as well, and I would recommend those. They're really, really well done. The aquarium one, I'm having a freaking blast in. My spouse and I both got Let's Build a Zoo. We built zoos simultaneously and like kind of compared and contrasted our zoos as we went, and then we eventually started new zoos. My spouse went dinosaurs and I went the aquarium stuff because they really like dinosaurs and I really like aquariums. So we had a blast doing that. Really hilarious, and it gives you these moral quandaries. I'll say they're not moral quandaries, but you can be like a good guy or a bad guy. Like you can when your animals die, you can pay to have them like disposed of properly, or you can just burn them in the incinerator. Stuff like that. That's like super on the nose. One event is like they wanted me to paint up a regular cat to look like a lion so that people would think I had lions in the zoo, and that was like an evil thing you could do, is like trick people, but it was like would get you like a free like publicity or whatever. It's funny stuff. And then down this way, we're getting to the point where I haven't played these games in a while. Chained Echoes is a great JRPG style game. What else have I been playing? Eratus, Lord of the Dead is a great little dungeon crawler game I've played on this channel. And we're down to like demos and stuff that I haven't even played, or games I bought and somehow haven't actually played them yet, like Tinykin, which I want to, and I just haven't done it. So yeah, so that's what I'm up to right now. That's what I'm mainly doing. I play a lot of Dark Tide, Deep Rock Galactic, Ale Abbey, Age of Wonders, and Nine Kings, I would say, are kind of what I'm doing the most right now. Really, really good stuff. In terms of the sale, I did pick up a few things so far. I picked up Void Sales, which had sort of mixed reviews because they said there wasn't like a ton of gameplay, but I got it for like $2. And I was like, okay, I'll take that. I also picked up one of those like RPG Maker style RPGs because it's really hard to find good JRPGs. I've kind of played or beaten most of them, so this one was real cheap, so I just picked it up because it had good reviews. Don't know a lot about it. And I also picked up Garden Story, which is a cute little, it's about a grape who's got to like save the world from like, I think there's like some sort of like little slime corruption stuff going on. I remember playing the demo a long time ago, and I'm finally going to play that soon. And what else did I pick up? This was free, so I picked that up. And yeah, that's about it. That's about it so far. So the Steam sale has been okay, but the last few sales or so, I've been feeling quite content with my game selection, but some of these games I would highly, highly recommend to all of you who are watching. If anything here tickled your fancy, go to isthereanydeal.com and check. You know what? Let me pull that up, actually. Let me show you how I do that. Okay, so this is the website that I use, isthereanydeal.com. So you can see this is a really interesting site. So what you do is if you go to your wait list, these are games that are on my wait list. I have it sorted by current cut. So for instance, this game is 85% off. So if I go in here, so here's this one, which I'll just remove because I just bought it. So I don't need that on there. Same here. Take that off. So if I go in here to Evil West, for instance, you can see the ratings on different sites. You can see the tags it has. You can even click on those and then look at games like, let's see, what other vampire games are there? Which is really fun. And then you can go here and see what sites have the best deal. So the all-time low, the best in the last 3 months, and the current best are all Steam. You can go to the history, and you can take a look at all the cuts it's ever had. So you can see right now is the absolute cheapest it's ever been. You can see it was at the highest it ever was like, up here it was like $41. But we can go back even further when it released. It released at a full $50 and very quickly became lowered to, it looks like $39-ish, $40. Yeah, it had some ups and downs here. But this is a very useful website for stuff. So let's go to a different game that's not going to be on Steam, for instance. So let's just hit something that's probably going to be on a different site, because Steam doesn't always have the best sales. What happens though is because Steam does such big sales, particularly winter and summer sale, it forces all these other sites to have competitive deals, which is perfect. So we can shop around and find the best deal. So for instance, here you can see that if we wanted to go to Steam for this, it's $5.99, but we can get it for $5.19, and that doesn't seem like a huge amount, and it's not, so you don't have to worry about that. But sometimes it's Steam, doesn't have a sale at all on a game, and it might be 50% off somewhere else. This is where you go to find out. So I would go to the Indie Gala store. I have made accounts with all of these sites. Let's ignore that. These are actually all reputable sites, by the way. So these are not gray market or black market websites. These are legitimate game key distributors like Steam is. So none of this is under the radar, is like under the table or anything like that. I promise. Well, they promised us that. So, but you can go to some really interesting things you can do. So if I go to settings and I go to waitlist, where are the settings for that? Okay, here's one. So for instance, I don't want things from the UK, from Germany, France. I don't want good old games at this time because it's not like on Steam. It doesn't have it's not connected to Steam. If you want DRM free, then make sure you don't disable GOG or itch.io. I don't want like download from there, and I don't like Epic personally, so I don't have it show me deals from Epic. But you can like change the stuff as well. You can also set things like when I put things on my wait list. So let's go to any game at all. Let's go to, I have this one. Let's go to this one. So what I want to do is if I put this to my wait list, I can be like, I don't want to see this unless it's a basic sale. Now a basic sale for me, I want it to have a price less than, here we go, percentage. So let's say I don't want you to show me this unless it's 35% off. Oh, sorry, that's price offset. Sorry. Price cut of at least, let's say 35% off. And you can see here, I can click like activate DRM free or activates on all these things, and then I can save it. You can set this up so that it does this automatically for things, but you can also go in and tell it a specific game. Like this one I'm willing to get off of GOG for this amount off, and then it'll email you if that ever happens. So it's a very, very useful. It's going to take you some time to set this up the first time, but after that, whenever I'm like, there's a sale going on, I just go to my wait list, sort by current cut, and I can just scroll down here and see, oh, look here, on PlaySum, 77% off if you use this code, $6.98. If we go in here, if I get it off of Steam, it's $9.19. So you can see I saved like $2. Okay, not a lot, but it does add up if you get a lot of games. Sometimes it's a lot more than that. But it's a fantastic site. This is how I get basically all my games. My friends make me do this for them because nobody wants to set this up. So I'm the one that'll be like, hey, Gracian, can you find such and such? And I'm like, yeah, okay, I go on here and find the game. Yeah, great site. So yeah, I think we'll end this video here. So I want to thank everybody so much for watching. I hope you found something interesting or something useful. And I hope you guys are having a great time gaming and watching other people game and watching me on YouTube and all that good stuff. So thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you in the next one.